So once again, very good morning, guys. Sorry, this is first time we are doing live with you, so we need to make some settings. So the reason we have come here is to understand how the TCT is going or how your training is going, and if you have any suggestions or improvements, or if you wanted to share anything, you can share. Apart from that, I also wanted to share some updates with you. The first being that you all would already know that all the technical people, the programming guys have got the GitHub. So the first tool that we have implemented is not GitHub. The first tool that we have implemented is Code Cloud for DevOps. I really like the playground. I have explored it. One of my relative has used it, and he was recommending that for anybody who wanted to practice the DevOps sessions on the three platforms. So it would be really great platform for anybody to learn on the three platforms: GCP, AWS, and Azure. So we have implemented that for the DevOps people, and I hope everyone is using that. Now, as part of implementing the tools and processes, we went ahead and acquired or purchased the licenses of GitHub for our company, and we started giving the GitHub licenses for Python, DevOps, and .NET people, so that you all can practice the GitHub and GitHub commands, or you know how the GitHub works, and you know how to check in, check out the code, you know how to manage the version control. So all the functionalities of GitHub without any issue you can implement, or you can start using with your own hands. So that is a major purpose, because you know that all the companies, most of the services companies, or most of the projects are running GitHub private, not the GitHub that you use, which is a public one, which will not have any kind of technical features, or the much features will not be available there, and it is a public one. So you should know how to use a private or corporate GitHub license. So for that reason, we have implemented GitHub. And Anil Chopari and Kalyan and Pushpa, Yogita, all these people, they will be helping you on how to use the GitHub, and the do's and don'ts of GitHub, all those things. So the next tool that we have implemented for the technical people is that Lead Code. The entire reason behind implementing Lead Code in Agile is it has two folds. One, that I wanted everyone to do the tasks and assignments in a governed environment. If we give you a task, and if you don't complete, or if you complete, or if you do something which is hutke from the regular thing, we don't want that to happen. So what we want is, we want in a proper governed environment. Somebody would be monitoring you whether you're copying or not. So to control all these things, we have implemented the Lead Code. So Lead Code has the functionalities, like it has all the problems for every topic. So for example, if you take Java, in arrays you have around 1700 problems that you need to solve. So the more problems you solve hands-on, the more code you write, the more tasks you do on each topic, the more hands-on you will become. So that when we do tomorrow a POC or a project, you know the do's and don'ts, you know the best practices, you know the tricks of the trade, so that you can really work on a project. So Lead Code has got multiple problems or thousands of problems on each topic. That is the first reason that we want. Second reason is that whatever the tasks and assignments that you are doing, we can monitor. We know whether you have done or not. You can show it off to us. If it is in your local ID or someplace, then there will not be any monitoring. And we are working with Lead Code so that we can also monitor while you are actually working on the code. Currently, while you are typing, I cannot see it. The team cannot see it, but we are working with Lead Code to customize it in such a way that how much time you are taking, how much, are you really logged in or not, whether you have done your assignment or not, everything, are you in progress or not, everything we can monitor. To that level, we are taking to Lead Code. Now, the other reason that we have implemented Lead Code is that my daughter is studying in US. She is doing her BTech computer science. She is in third year. And when I talk to many students in US, all the top colleges, not the Tom, Dicky, Harry colleges I'm talking about, the top universities in US are using Lead Code for their resources hands-on, because US education system believes in hands-on practice. Unlike our Indian education system, US education system doesn't believe in classroom training. So morning one lecturer comes in the college, and he will explain a topic, and he will give an assignment and task, and he will leave. And once couple of topics are done, he will give a POC. He will ask them to, for example, if core Java and Hibernate and Spring is done, he will ask them to come up with a small application developed. He will give it to 5 to 6 people in a class, and say that each 5 to 10 people of the class should come up with a application. So they will go and create an application. It could be a chat application, it could be a Teams application, it could be any application which is already existing, but you create your own. For example, create a Flipkart, create a basket, create a checkout screen, or checkout functionality, create a cart functionality. So that kind of POCs will be given. Even these POCs are on the way for you. So that kind of practical learning will be there in US, and that for that practical learning they are using lead code kind of tool. So we wanted to implement the lead code tool so that you all can really make use of it or leverage it and gain hands-on practice in Agile. So that is the second reason or the final reason. So there is the Aja's intention is to make sure that you really work there, you really implement there, you really work hands-on, and you gain expertise. And second is, because the top universities are using, I wanted to implement that level of thing, and it is a very costly affair. $159 I am paying for each of you to get the license. $159 we have already paid for each of you. Whoever got the license, I paid $159 plus tax. So just imagine what kind of commitment Aja has to make sure that every one of you really get to a level where you become very confident and you become perfect. So that is on the lead code. Now, code cloud, GitHub, lead code. I have explained three. Now, apart from this, the DevOps trainer has asked us, can we also ask the employees to um, create a ID in AWS on their own name, and AWS allows them to play for 1 year. So I will give assignments even in an AWS environment. So we are also asking Dattu. So could you please explain also, sorry. So the AWS trainer will also work with you on giving certain scenarios to work upon in the AWS environment. So that is for DevOps. Now let's come to the Salesforce team. Salesforce, Pushpa and Dattu are closely working with the Salesforce sales team so that we can buy the licenses for you. So Trailhead or Trailblazer, I forgot the name. So that particular tool we are exploring, and it seems some of the Salesforce team already working on the platform to do the exercises. But we wanted to give the license so that you leverage the entire dev environment of Salesforce and have a hands-on practice. So that is for the Salesforce team we are working upon. So everyone is getting tools in their respective area so that they can become hands-on, or they can become really expert in their area. That is one. Now coming to processes. The processes perspective, Agile is a very settled development process or dev process or methodology that is being implemented across the projects, across the industries, across the countries. So what we are doing is, first we are making the delivery team. It could be Anil Chopari, Dattu, Yogita, Pushpa, then Kalyan. All these five, and Swati Korukandi, six. All these six people will be Scrum certified by December 1st week. Once they become Scrum certified, we will be introducing the entire Scrum process on your development journey. So while you are working on your development, there will be Scrum calls, there will be storyboard created, there will be a retro calls. So all the Scrum life cycle will be, Agile life cycle will be gone through, so that you are well versed with the processes of the industry. So you will be working on the processes morning to evening. There will be a status meeting, there will be a stand-up call, there will be a status report, there will be a storyboard. All those things you will be using, so that you will be well versed with the industry processes. So in IT industry, guys, let me tell you this. In IT industry, you need the technology or your coding or your tool, whatever it is. Salesforce, it's a product or tool, whatever you call. If it is Java.NET kind of thing, then it is a programming language. So you need to be an expert of that. You need to be expert in your technology. Number one, you need to be expert in communication skills. You should be able to speak, in English, and you should be able to communicate whatever that you wanted to communicate in your project, in your day-to-day operations, in your day-to-day job, or your work. You should be able to communicate. So you have to start answering questions. Yeah. So you can really work in such a way that you should be having the communication skills in such a way that you should be able to communicate with the customers, internal stakeholders, project members. So communication skills is important. So we spoke about technology, we spoke about communication skills. Now the tools and processes. Tools and processes also very, very important in industry. If you are well versed with the Git, Jira, or programming environment, or the dev server, production environment, dev environment, testing environment, and how the code will be pushed in multiple stages, and staging, all those things, if you know, if you really experience, then it would be easy for you when we put you to the customer. When you put you in front of the customer, then it would be easy for you. You will not be really fumbled. You will not be really struggling to gain or to show the confidence to the customer that, hey, I can add value. So your project success ratio will be very high. Your confidence will be very high. Your skills will be very high if you are expert in coding, communication skills, tools, and processes. Now, that's the reason we spoke about tools and processes apart from your coding and communication skills. Now, the other thing that is on the way for you is that Jira, we are working to buy the licenses for all of you. So very soon, maybe in a month or two, we will be implementing Jira as well. So Jira is a globally used project management tool wherein the entire project storyboard or the stories will be there, and every story will be monitored, the statuses will be updated. So entire project dashboard will be managed and maintained through Jira, and Jira and GitHub will be interlinked so that the entire project can work in such a way that people will be on the same page. Apart from that, there is a Confluence, which is for documentation and version control of documentation. So even Confluence also will implement soon. So when we buy Jira, we'll also buy Confluence, because it is both are owned by Atlassian, a Australian company. So all these things are being done only to make sure that every resource who join Aja will have the experience of the corporate, will have hands-on skills, will be taken to the next level, wherein they will be able to stand in front of the customer and take their career to the next level. So that is the intention of Aja, and these are the updates for the the technical resources in Aja from my side. Hi sir, this is Nitin. I have 4-year gap after my retirement. Yeah, so let me come back on the question. So there are certain questions which are coming on the chat window. So Rohit sir, could you please explain briefly about that new scheme of 3 months internship? Yeah, so 3 months internship is a CT mini. It is mainly intended, or it is mainly created for the college graduates who are currently studying or completed their internship, completed their graduation, and they are looking for a 3 months internship in any IT company, and they can't afford 3,69,000. They just want an internship, and they wanted to learn the basics, and they wanted to understand these tools and processes and how the environment works. So they wanted to learn the skills from us. So for them, we are introducing this CT Mini Coding Tutor Mini, because it's only 3 months and it is only 99K. We are calling it a CT Mini. CT Mini has got certain features. CT Mini is only 3 months. CT Mini will only teach you to an extent, and it has got only in 3 areas: Java, .NET, and Python. It is not in DevOps, and it is not in Salesforce or SAP or testing. It is only in these 3 technologies. And the other thing is that CT Mini will be same. It's full-time work from office. All the other features are same. It will not have any stipend. There will not be any monthly pay to the CT Mini resource. So 99K plus GST. Come here, learn, and you will be taught only to the core Java, core Python, and core .NET, and some frameworks, and basic SQL, and we will make you through a POC and we'll give you an internship certificate. And after that, you will be no more working with Aja, and Aja will not give any employment assurance. In Coding Tutor, you all have an employment with Aja. You are going to work with me after the Coding Tutor also. You are a full-time employee, and I mean it. But for Coding CT Mini, there will not be any employment guarantee. It is only an internship certificate that we give if they come and work for us for 3 months. There will not be any monthly payment. There will not be any salary guarantee. There is no other things that we give except the internship. So anybody who wanted to who are studying in their colleges and wanted to do an internship while studying and be prepared for their campus drive, or they have confidence that they will come out of their college and they search on their own a fresher job or a job through reference or something, and they don't want any help from Aja except the internship. For those people, we are providing CT Mini. The CT Mini is only helpful who are not expecting any employment support, who are not expecting any employment in Aja. So who are only expecting a 3 months of internship and no stipend, nothing. So those people can opt for CT Mini. And the Coding Tutor, as you all know, that it is mainly intended for people who are really looking to enter into IT industry through the upskilling. So upskilling will also happen here, and employment will also get here. So you will get employment and skill both under one roof. And in Coding Tutor, it can be 6 months, 9 months, 10 months. I really don't know. For some people, we have mentioned 6 months. Some people, based on their test and background, we have mentioned 9 months. Even if it is 6 months or 8 months or 9 months or 10 months or 11 months, Aja owns your career. Aja will be responsible for your career, and Aja will take care that you will be working in a project and you will be deployed. Until unless you come and resign and you say that I wanted to really go and work, I have got an opportunity in Infosys and I have got 12 lakhs of salary and I wanted to go. So unless until you do that, you don't need to go anywhere in Aja. So that is the beauty of Coding Tutor. But CT Mini is intended for people who are in BTech or MCA and they wanted to gain the practical knowledge industry, and they wanted to showcase the college that they have done their project. And when the campus drive comes, they can show it and they can opt for a campus drive, or they can separate themselves from the mob and they can stand in front of the employer in their college and say that give me employment, I have already internship, I have done internship. So for those people, CT Mini. Corporate campus. Okay. Yeah. Hi, sir. This is Nitin. I have 4 years of gap after my BTech as I was preparing for UPSC. Now I decided to quit my preparation. I want to join in Coding Tutor. Can I change my life and get job with career gap? For sure, there is no problem. 4 years gap is a not big gap. I don't know what's the name of that person. Nitin. Okay. He mentioned it there? Yeah. Oh, okay. It's in smalls. Okay. So Nitin, you can join Aja Coding Tutor. 4 years gap, not a problem, but you should be if you have the analytical skills, you have the aptitude, you have basic communication skills and the zeal to learn the technology, then you are welcome to Aja's Coding Tutor. And if you have learned something outside, it will be beneficial. The time for you to become a software engineer will be less. But if you don't have basics, if you are a BTech non-IT, for example, civil, mechanical, it takes some time more to become a software engineer in Aja. So you're welcome. There is no problem. Corporate campus. So corporate campus so somebody asked to explain the corporate campus. Corporate campus is all the people who are learning in Coding Tutor now, the Coding Tutor TCT employees, whatever is the batch. We will present your CV to our customers once you are trained, once you are hands-on, once you are confident. Then we will not just you confident, people, because the reason I'm saying Salesforce now working with 15 employers to team and give them as a full-time employee. So in corporate campus, we go to an employer and say that, hey, Mr. Customer, I have 15 Salesforce resources. They are ready to work. They have 1 year of experience in Aja, or they are 9 months. They are working 9 months in Aja, and they have done these POCs in this project. And if you want to hire them, we will give them as your full-time employee. So customer comes and evaluates the CV and conducts an interview. If they like you, they will discuss the offer with you. They will not discuss the offer with us. They will discuss the offer with you. They will talk to you on your, those things. There will not be any bond with them. they will release after all the discussions. And once they release the offer, you resign, you take the relieving, and you go and work in customer place as their full-time employee, and your employment with Aja ends there. So that is the corporate campus. So giving you as a full-time employee to my customer is called corporate campus. Any other questions, guys? For today, 22nd we are going live. Okay. Let's see, somebody's pinging. So guys, we can close it, and we have on 22nd Friday, we have a live, IT career guide. So please ask your friends, anybody who is looking for a employment or guidance on their career support, or their guidance on how to enter into IT, what they are doing, what they need to do, how they need to get into IT. It's not about coding tutor that they need to join coding tutor. We are not worried about coding tutor. Coding tutor has got its own name and fame now, but we wanted to do a lot of community service. We wanted to educate people, because I have seen in the market so many people are charging for career guidance. So career guidance, nobody need to charge. It is just, if you have knowledge, people like me who are well off, who are earn more money, they should really help the youth to get into IT and guide them. So there will not be any charge. People can come and ask any questions to get into IT industry, what they are doing, what is that they need to do. I'll be able to guide whatever the knowledge I started this particular session. I will tell you. There is one guy who has IT, and he's one of the top. Done fantabulous job, and he has done. He has learned cybersecurity. He has done cybersecurity certification, and he has worked with the to do the cyber security related work in the forensic audit. So in cyber crime, he was helping the police department in Telangana. And then he realized that he is not in the right direction. He has come to join the coding tutor. So when I interacted with him, though he is really intelligent, though he is really having a lot of knowledge on the subject, he doesn't know how to navigate his career in the IT industry. For example, cyber security. Into cybersecurity, he wanted a job in cybersecurity, but nobody is hiring him in cybersecurity. You know why no employer is hiring? With cybersecurity, how can a company can hire freshers in cybersecurity? I asked him, if you are a CEO of a company, for your company's security, will you bring a fresher and say that, can you monitor my company's security, data security, whatever the security, network security, application security? Will you really give it? He said no. Then how can you to any company, consider me as a cybersecurity professional as a fresher? Nobody will hire. You need experience. So he said, sir, what is the way for me? I said, you need to get into any cybersecurity. He also learned Python. So you come through Python, you get into IT industry, work for 3-4 years, then use your cybersecurity and go to someone and say that, hey, I'm a 3 years experienced professional. I'm experienced in testing. I'm experienced in so and so. Now I have these skills in cybersecurity, and I wanted to really present myself as a cybersecurity professional, because now you know how the IT projects works, how the IT environment works. Your steering towards cybersecurity will be easy. He said, sir, nobody has guided me like this. Nobody has told me that you will not get an AI job or a data science job or a job without some experience. And I was really, as a mad guy, trying in the market with cyber security as a fresher. So I'm not getting calls. Now I understood the reason, and I will try and come and join in coding tutor. So forget about coding tutor now. So people will be having their passions. He has got a lot of emotions on cyber security. Emotions are one part. What we like, what we want, all those things are one part. But what is the reality is second part. So the gap the youth is missing on that. So we wanted to address a lot of people on that. For that, we have introduced this session on Friday, and we'll be doing it continuously on Insta and YouTube. So please spread it as a word of mouth to all of your friends and make them join. If I could be of any value to them, I will try to add them. If not, we will say sorry to them. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.